In the world of modern technology, great global communication and everything is possible for the technology field. But in that world, there are still white spots that not everything is discovered, not everything is described and researched. I would like to tell you a story, my own story, to show that there are some very interesting areas where we can find undiscovered things, and these areas are in the past. 10 years ago, I was informed about an instrument which was built in Poland in the 19th century. I said, okay, what the instrument is? It's a kind of grand piano. You can see grand piano here as a baby grand piano. So, what's strange? But that grand piano could sound like a strings instrument, like strings quartet. That's something unusual. I said, it's interesting. You know, I'm a pianist, so we pianists always are practicing our pieces with the piano and searching how to make the sound of the piano, which disappears very quickly after a strike, how to make it more singing, more like a vocal music, to play vocal music on piano. This is very difficult, and we spend a lot of hours to do such an effect. I said, if I get a sound of strings, which are very long, I can press the key and then I can get beautiful, long sound. It's something. So I was starting to research who was an inventor, that man in Poland in the 19th century. No, there was other men. And very quickly I found the name of Leonardo da Vinci. First movie. Oh, no, this is not the Leonardo da Vinci. It looks like a frog. Just press play. Leonardo da Vinci, he was a great painter. He painted beautiful portraits in oil. We have one in Krakow, we are very proud of that. He was painting the Last Supper in Milan, frescoes. He was an engineer. He described many equipment for engineering work. He was a researcher, scientist. He was researching many fields of science, like mathematics, biology, physical. So he was a very great man, and I think that he tried to understand his world, the world which surrounds him. So this is good to follow such a genius, and maybe not many of you know about him as a musician. He played viola da braccio. It's a strings instrument, like today's viola was a bit similar. And you know, do you play any instruments? Okay, be careful. You may become one day a genius, like Leonardo. Okay, so I said he played the music. What kind of music? Unfortunately, he didn't write down his music. Just only few notes written by his hand. But anyway, he was observing that time and development of music. What happened? Vocal music at that time, people tried to put on instruments, to play the instruments. So he said, vocal music, what kind of vocal music was in the time of Leonardo da Vinci? Polyphonic music. Polyphonic music means that you have many voices sung together. And he tried maybe to play one voice, which is possible. Second is more difficult, but when you want to play 4 or 5 voices, you need 4 or 5 instruments. He said, okay, probably it's possible to mix in between keyboards instrument and strings instrument and put it together to make an instrument which might be perfect one. You know, because you can get a sound very long like an organ, but the instrument could be not very big, and you can play polyphony, and you can modify a sound to start more quiet and make it softer, or to get more dynamic, whatever, or even vibrato. So Leonardo, as a genius, he wanted to get a really perfect instrument. And okay, so I was trying to look into who plays such an instrument. Because if Leonardo da Vinci invented something, we know airplane, we know helicopter, we know bridges of his invention, but there's nobody who plays his instrument. I was surprised. I was looking into internet, maybe some researchers were interested in that, one in States, one in Japan, and in England. And I got a nice paper of that guy from London. He wrote that during 5 centuries after Leonardo, only 200 people tried to build such an instrument. 200 people. We know how many millions of instruments was built since that time. So 200, it's nothing. But 2,000 is a very big number to forget it at all. It's impossible that nobody, almost nobody knows about that invention. So I said, I have to build it. Yes, that's good. Very good. Leonardo's drawings. Are these plans, are these so-called blueprints? No. These are just sketches. Just he tried to show the idea. These are not exactly plans for building instruments. So I said, oh, it's quite difficult. But you know, we Polish, we like a very difficult challenge, so we sometimes follow such difficult paths. So I was starting to research what more, what can I get from where I tried to see any historical instruments. I went to Brussels, to Edinburgh, to see them, to play on the instrument of 17th, 16th century. So it's something to get the taste of such instrument. Then I was starting to think how to make it and what kind of music could be played on this. Certainly music for keyboards and music for strings instrument. So what could be the music if that instrument was successful in the past? We don't know, but maybe there are some pieces. I found one piece originally written for such an instrument in 18th century, son of Johann Sebastian Bach, Carl Philipp Emanuel Bach. So I played that piece now. But okay, so what to do? I had to organize my workshop in my basement of my house. I found 3 nice rooms, very quiet, nobody could enter that.
area, and I started to work every day 4 hours in order to find how to make it. And when I was almost close to finish, I said, okay, I got an instrument. I know it's something really, really very rare in the world, but how can I share it? What can I do? I'm just alone in my workshop in the basement of my house, and no funds, because I got no funds, no public, no European, any funds. I made it, and I put my money. So what can I do? I'm just alone with this instrument. And that was a turning point. First, I met a director of the festival who asked me to play at his festival in Krakow. Okay, then a journalist, I was talking privately about my project, and he was looking very big eyes on me. Then next day wanted to see, came to my house, and I played for him a little. He said, "Oh Jesus, I have to smoke," and he went out the garden. Very polite man. He didn't want to smoke in my house. Okay, so then I was approaching to my first concert. That was a turning point in my private project. I got very wide information because Agence France Presse, the biggest agency, was in Krakow at the concert. So I got many mails, letters from different people from all over the world. And what is the result after that moment, which was 5 years ago? I make touring through Europe in 18 countries, and I can show my instrument to people. People always come to me after the concert. They want to look into, they want to listen to how can I play, and they want to listen to the instrument. So I think that I was lucky. Next video, please.
Sławomir Zubrzycki, who's been responsible for a recent surge of interest in this long-forgotten instrument.
So, what I would like to say, first, it is good when you have something to do. If you have your own project, try to understand and think about the time and people, and maybe it is good also to look into the past to find good inspiration from people who also were young, who also were full of passion, and they were also very talented, and they were genius many times. So this is good to think and understand first what is this about and what you want to tell, making your own project. Not only technology of our time, but there was a technology of time of Leonardo da Vinci, this late medieval and early Renaissance era. And then one more thing I would like to add, because that was taught here today about the age. Mostly young people, but when I was playing my first recital, that was the day of my 50th birthday. So it's always remember, this is never too late for your passion, for your